Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Danny with New York Rangers on the Ice. Welcome to New York Rangers on the Ice, everybody. Um, so, 5 games in, Rangers are 3-2. It's not a bad result. Had a couple of bad games, 3 good games. This past week, they had 2 games. They played Nashville last week, and they also played Seattle. But for the New York Rangers, I like the way they're playing so far this season. I think they're playing, really good hockey. I like the way Laviolette has them playing. I like the way they bounce back after a bad game versus Nashville. But you're bound to have those games in hockey. It's just the way it is for the Rangers sometimes. Sometimes it's tough, but the stats so far this season, 5 games in, um, the Rangers are doing pretty well. I'd say the best player probably for the Rangers right now is probably Artemi Panarin, who's having an excellent start to the season. I really love the way that he's playing. I'm really impressed with their line, with Lafreniere and Hedel. I think that line is really coming together, really starting to gel. But so far, Panarin's got 7 points through 5 games. Pryor's got 5. Um, Adam Fox has 5. A lot of the players are plus. No one's really minus. You got Panarin +1, Crowder +3, Fox +4, Zibanejad +3. Philip Hill's 0, but Philip Hill's having a great season so far. I really like the way he's playing. So yeah, the Rangers are coming together. We're only 5 games in. Got the Calgary Flames tonight at 10 p.m. Another West Coast game. I think it's the second game of the road trip for them. So the first game of the road trip was excellent. After not a very good loss from Nashville, but we'll go over the Nashville game. This is not really a good game at all by the Rangers. I thought the Rangers had a good amount of opportunities offensively. I thought their defense really struggled. They're really sloppy in their own zone. And when you're sloppy in your zone, that'll cost you. But uh, uh, Nashville gets the first goal to open the game. And the Rangers were really sloppy in their own zone. Um, you can't really have a mistake like that. Um, so it makes it 1-0. It kind of took like a slap shot, kind of got through Shesterkin a little bit, and then they were there for the rebound that makes it 1-0. But it's all started out with the Raiders being sloppy in their own zone, turning the puck over. When you turn the puck over like that, you end up giving up a goal. They scored pretty quick. Eileen says, "Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers!" But yeah, so not very good in front of their net on that goal. You really need to be stronger than that. That's the way this game went. The Rangers nothing really went their way. Uh, then all of a sudden, then they had another bad turnover on a power play, which gave Smith a breakaway for Nashville, and they ended up scoring the goal. They ended up burying that goal. And the funny thing is, Sam was like, "Oh, he made a save. He saved it," and it totally didn't save it. It went right through him. So that made it 2-0. But you can't have a mistake like that on a power play. You can't have a turnover. They had an errant pass. And all of a sudden, teams going the other way. It's 2-0 Nashville in the first period. All of a sudden, it's a really bad first period for the Rangers. They really got behind the 8 ball in this game. So that's just the way it goes. Then about 4 minutes into the second period, Nashville got another power play, and that seemed to be what the Rangers doing. They're putting them on the power play a good amount in this game. And Angelisa gets a power play goal from between the circles. You got to give Nashville some good credit. They had really good passing on the play. It was like a tic-tac-toe goal. They've been struggling on the power play, but the Rangers didn't play well on the PK at all there. They scored with less than 10 seconds in the power play. You know, and that made it 3-1. You know, you know, and you really that made it 3-0. You really can't have that. You know, you know, breakaway goal. It's one Shesterkin would love to get back, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. So but yeah, in the second period, let's see, I've been struggling. Yep. And then about 14 minutes into the period, Nashville gets another goal into the second, and Forsberg fired a rocket past Shesterkin. He really stuck with the play. The Rangers were sloppy on defense again on this play, and he did a good job. Went right over his right shoulder. And that made it 4-0, and that's when they took him out. Szczesny ended up coming out of this game, and Quick ended up playing the third period. Because when your goal gives up 4 goals like that, you don't really want to leave him in there. You pack it in, you move on to the next game. You got to think about his the mentality of your goaltender. But Forsberg did a good job. He's a really good player. It was a really nice goal. He kind of went to his knees a bit and then slid, and it was just a really nice goal by Forsberg. Near the end of the second, the Rangers got a 5-on-3. Adam Fox gets a goal, goes off Ryan McDonagh's leg. Former Ranger. It's very weird seeing him play for the Nashville Predators. But just like just a really, really sloppy game for the Rangers defensively. They really got behind the 8 ball. Shesterkin did not have a good game at all. But it's bound to happen. It's a long season. It's 82 games. I'm glad that Laviolette took him out. And then we'll talk about the next game where he didn't play, but I'm pretty sure Shesterkin will start tonight in Calgary. The Rangers got another goal. It was 4-2, but it was called back for an offside. Nothing seemed to go right for the Rangers in this game for whatever reason. I really don't know. It's just the way the games go sometimes. But the Rangers lose 4-1 versus Nashville. Not a very good showing. They did not play well in their own zone. I thought they had a good amount of shots. Nashville blocked a lot of shots as well. So, the Nashville played well. You got to give them some credit. They did a really good job. The Rangers really had no answers for them the whole night. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. You lose to Nashville 4-1. But let's move on to the next game. A couple notes on the game. I thought Soros played well, the goaltender for Nashville. I thought he had a pretty good game. I think that the Rangers had enough opportunities, but just too many mistakes on their end. To really have a chance in this game. Shesterkin did play his best game. Quick, came in the third period. He played well. One thing I take from this game, the Rangers were really sloppy in their own zone, and it cost them. It probably cost them like a couple of goals in this game easily. But on to the next game, on to the first game of the road trip. They got a West Coast road trip, 5 games. This is the first game of the road trip versus Seattle Kraken, who went all the way to the finals last year. He went all the way to the finals last year. And they had a really good game for Seattle. But Seattle went up 1-0 early in this game. Yeah, Seattle went up 1-0 in this game on a slap shot from Schultz from the top of the zone that went right by Quick. I don't think he ever saw the goal. So I was like, oh, here we go again. Quick got the start in this one. I think it's smart. I want to see him. And he played a good game. But yeah, Seattle's up 1-0 early in this game. The Quick had a good game, but he never saw that game. But once they scored that first goal, the Rangers never looked back in this game. Later in the period, the Rangers forecheck created a really nice, create a turnover. Really good forecheck. Playing defense, and that's something the Rangers have been good at this year. The Rangers have been really good at the forecheck, really good at creating turnovers, really good at creating offense, and that's one of the things I like about Laviolette. Laviolette really does a good job. I think he's done a great job so far. Got a question. I do like Quick as a backup. Eileen asked if I like Quick as a backup. I do. I think Quick had a really good game in this game, as I'm going to explain in the review of the game here. But the Rangers forecheck was really nice. Panarin had a really, really nice pass to Panarin after the Rangers created the turnover on defense, and Hedl had an excellent shot. That tied it 1-1. Filipino, I just want to say Filipino's having an excellent season this year. I think Filipino has taken another step up, and it's noticeable. He's been on the second line, and that line he's really humming with Panarin and with Lafreniere. They seem to really be playing really well together, and that line looks excellent. I would not change that line. They didn't really have a good game the game before, but I'm glad Laviolette stuck with it. If it was Gerard Gallant, he would have changed the lines and then been changing the whole time. So I like that Laviolette has been consistently keeping with the same lines, it seems, every single game. And you want consistency. It's the only way the lines are going to gel. And a lot of people were saying for the Rangers, go off a little tangent here, but a lot of people were saying for the Rangers in the preseason, oh, Lafreniere sucks, oh, Lafreniere is this. And I'm like, well, just wait and see. Wait till he gets some top 6 minutes. Wait till he gets more ice time. And in this game, that line was really playing well, and they got a lot of ice time, and that's what I like about Laviolette. First of all, he's putting the young guys in positions to succeed, and get more opportunities to score, to produce, which I really like. But after that goal tying at 1-1, Cabo Caco got a really nice goal, uh, and they take a 2-1 lead. There was a slap shot. I can't remember who it was from from the point, and it kind of got through the Dublin a little bit, and Lafreniere and Caco was right there to bury the goal. Really good strength down low for Capo Caco. Capo Caco has been really good down low. It seems like he's getting stronger. He's been really good around the net this season. Noticeably a little better than last year, which is a good thing. I think that I think that you know I'm very impressed with Kako also. Kako being on the first line, he's getting a lot more opportunities, and I think he's playing pretty good hockey. Pretty good hockey with Kreider and Mika Zibanejad. Him and Mika, I think, make a good combo. So, that made it 2-1. Cabo Kako gets the goal. Then Lafreniere gets his second goal of the season on a beautiful play. The Rangers create a turnover, in the Kraken defensive zone. And then Heedle gets the puck and is kind of skating kind of behind it and backhands it to Lafreniere. And Lafreniere did a great job of getting in front of the net and getting open and finding the open space. It wasn't much space at all, but Heedle just did a little tap back pass and went right to Lafreniere, right off his stick, right into the net. It was a great play by them. And Lafreniere and Heedle have a good rapport. They have good chemistry. And I thought that was a really beautiful play and goal. And that's Lafreniere's second goal of the season. I know people want him to light it up, but we're not depending on Lafreniere. Lafreniere has been solid pretty much in every game, except for maybe one. The team has had a couple of bad games, but every other game has been solid for them. And I noticed them being very consistent. And in Calgary, they need to continue this play and keep playing the way they're playing. But Lafreniere gets that goal. Great backhand pass by Filipino. 3-1 New York Rangers. So it's nice to see the Rangers bounce back in this game after they had a really sloppy game before. And it's good they were able to bounce back. It's good to see that early in the season from this team. Panarin got another goal after Lafreniere makes a nice play, kind of like a scrappy play. And somehow it gets on Panarin's stick and he buries a wrist shot, his second goal of the game, making it 4-1 Rangers. And ever since they gave up that first goal, it was a dominant performance by the Rangers. A lot of opportunities, lots of block shots. Their defense played well. I just want to say Jonathan Quick played an excellent game. I think that it's good to have a backup like Quick, like Eileen asked. I really like Jonathan Quick. He's much better than Halak. He's much better, and he looks much better this season than he did last season. So now, if you have any issue with Shesterkin, you're not going to wear your goaltender out. So that's pretty good. That I'm glad that Quick is played a good hockey game, and he's a New York Rangers fan. He grew up a Ranger fan. So seeing Jonathan Quick do that, seeing him play well, I'm pleased to see him play well, and the team played well in front of him. The first goal is a rough goal. You give it up, but 2 goals for Panarin in this game. Also, 3 assists from Filipino. which are the most in a game in his career. So, excellent road win on the first game of the road trip for the Rangers. They will have Calgary coming up tonight. Um, but not very many games this week. I heard I've been hearing Lafreniere speak, and Lafreniere seems a lot more mature this season. He seems to get it. He seems to be buying into Laviolette's system, and you can tell by his play. His play has been pretty solid. The young guys' play has been pretty solid. Kakko, Lafreniere, and Chytil. It looks like they've taken another step this season, which is a great thing to see if you're a Ranger fan. Another topic I want to touch on that some people I see have mentioned is Blake Wheeler, the signing for the Rangers. He's been on the sideline. He hasn't really done much. He has not looked good. He has not played well, and people are starting to wonder, is that signing like a bust signing? He's older. But I suspect, maybe he's not getting the offense, maybe he's not getting the system. But he just seems to not be playing well, really at all. And that's a little bit surprising. I thought Blake Wheeler would come in and make an impact, but maybe he's just having a slow start. But I would say the Raiders overall are playing well, and they just got to keep it up. Definitely got to keep this up. In this game, the top two lines are really good. The defense is really solid after our first goal. Jonathan Quick played really well. So, all in all, it's a really good bounce back win for the Rangers. So, talking about a couple of games we have Calgary. The Calgary Flames are tonight. So, that should be. I'm looking forward to see how the Rangers play. To see how they, how they respond, how they, how they play on the second game of the road trip. Now, it'd be nice to, come back and get, some good wins. But yeah, they have Calgary, 9:45 tonight. Yeah, I hate the West Coast games because they're so late. Like they're on till like midnight, 12:30, and it's so late. I hate it when they're on the West Coast because every single game, like 4 nights in a row, is at 10 o'clock. Every single game is like that. So I hate those late games. But after tonight, Calgary, hopefully they can get the win. They can get the win tonight versus the Flames. I'm pretty sure Shesterkin's going to play. I'm pretty sure Shesterkin's going to play the game, and I'm looking for a good performance for him. But I just want the Raiders to be consistent tonight. Versus the Flames. It's you want to make sure you keep consistently playing well, and so I would like to see him play well again. After that, they have the Oilers, who are having a horrible opening to the season. I don't know what to say about the Houston Oilers, about the Edmonton Oilers, but they just haven't had a very good start. But it's early in the season. Now the Flames are 2-3 so far to start the season. To be honest, I haven't watched any Flames games or any Edmonton games. But I would like to see them play well on this West Coast trip. You got the Flames tonight. Yeah, you got the Flames tonight. Then you got the Edmonton Oilers on the 26th on Thursday. It's another West Coast game at 10 o'clock. The Oilers, you can't overlook them if they're playing bad. They have McDavid and Draisaitl. They're one of the best offensive teams in hockey. Then they have a tough game, I think, versus the Canucks. The Canucks, I don't think, are a bad team at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then they come back next Tuesday or next Monday, the 30th, and play the Winnipeg Jets. So I think the Rangers, honestly, they got the one win. Give me 3-2 on this road trip. I think I'd be satisfied. I don't think they're going to go undefeated on this road trip, but they're going to lose one or two of these games. You're not going to win every game in the NHL. 4-1 would be an excellent, 3-1 would be excellent on the road trip. But the next four, I can see the Rangers, feasibly winning the next three out of four. So we'll see what happens. Do a couple sponsors here, real quick. Like I said, I really like the way Laviolette has his team playing. I think he's done an excellent job so far as head coach. I like that he is consistent with his decisions and consistent with his lines, unlike Gerard Gallant was. Gallant was never consistent with his lines. I think that was the one of the flaws about him is he never wanted to stick with something. Just because you have a bad game doesn't mean you just change everything. You got to stick with it consistently over time, over a span of games to see if it works. And like I said, 5 games in, I like where the Rangers are. About another 10 games in, I'd like to see where they're at and see if this consistency keeps up. So, Monkey Cold Coffee, the evolution of flavor-infused coffee. Use a program OTB Sports at the checkout monkeycoldcoffee.com to get 10% off your order. They have 3 blends right now. They're always coming out with new blends all the time, new flavors all the time. They got bourbon chocolate chip, toasted coconut rum, and a Sumatran blend, as well as the newest blend, the organic blend, Perula Florida. So I have not had that one yet, but they make excellent coffee. The evolution of flavor-infused coffee. Promo code OTB Sports at the checkout for 10% off your order at monkeycoldcoffee.com. The ultimate game day mug, a mug for any baseball fan. The end of the season coming up, the World Series coming up. We got 2 really good series, NLCS, ALCS. So get yourself a dugout mug to enjoy your favorite beverage, watching baseball, watching the playoffs. Use the promo code OTB Sports 20 at dugoutmugs.com to get 20% off your order. The ultimate game day mug. And then the last sponsor here. When I hurt 123, attorney Big Al Jason Fine. If you have a motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workers' compensation, a personal injury claim, any legal troubles, give them a call. They have 3 locations in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, and the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. Once again, 1-800-HURT-123. All right, so I'll give my some of my final thoughts here. Just a short little half-hour stream here. Just go over there's only 2 games for the Rangers, so there's not really a lot to go over. Most of it was, just working on their game, practicing. Like I said, I can hear it from Laviolette. They're going to have, 3 games in 5 days here. So I'm interested to see how they play tonight. I think they will play a good game. I think they could win this game tonight. I think the toughest game, I don't know, the Oilers game might be tough, even though they've struggled. You have to watch out with their offense. You make one mistake, they'll score like 2 or 3 goals on you real quick. But if anyone has any comments, feel free to make some. But in reference to Shesterkin had a rough game 2 games ago. Gave up 4 goals, like I said. But I think he gets the start tonight. And I think that, I like the way he's playing. But like I said, I also like the way Jonathan Quick is playing. I thought it was a really good pickup. He's a solid backup, and if Shesterkin has an issue or can't play or something like that, at least you'll have Jonathan Quick to be in the game and step up for you. As long as the defense plays well in front of our goaltender, no matter who it is, I think the Rangers could win games. I think the Rangers could win a lot of games. But, we'll see what happens. I like to see them, be tested a little bit. Play a really good team, like one of the top teams, just to see how they play, to see how they fare. Because, to be honest, they haven't really been tested just yet. You got the Sabres, the Blue Jackets, the Coyotes, which I thought played well. You have the Predators, are probably the best team on there, and then they lost to that team. I thought they played really well versus Seattle. Let's see when they play out. I guess their first test is probably going to be Calgary on a Thursday, November 2nd. So I'm very interested to see how they play versus them. They're one of the top teams. They'll probably be one of the top teams, teams people think can go to the Stanley Cup. I don't think they have enough offense, but their defense is excellent. That'll be a home game. So I think that's their first real test. Then we get the Devils like the 18th of November, which is a ways away. And that's another game I'm interested to see in the future. But for the New York Rangers, like I said, 3-2 the first 5 games. I think that's a really good start. I'm looking for, it's just more consistency from Lafreniere, Kakko, and Hedel. I think Panarin's come out on fire this season. It's great to see. It's just nice to see them play consistently, even in even in their 2 losses. I thought they've had flashes of getting good opportunities, making good plays, being consistent, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So but we'll have more games to review in the next show. Like I said, there's more games in between now. There's only 2 games from last Tuesday. Kind of a slow week for the Rangers, like I said. But now in between next week they'll play Calgary, the Oilers, the Canucks, and the Jets, and I'll be reviewing all those games and then anything else that happens with the Rangers. So thank you everybody for joining me. Just a short little stream today. Being it's not many games to talk about, being at only 2 throughout the whole week. So thank you very much for joining me on New York Rangers on the Ice. Go Rangers! And hopefully get another win tonight versus Calgary. I'll see you all next week. New York Rangers on the Ice. I'm your host, Danny. So everybody have a good night and go Rangers.